From tomorrow, nearly 4 million vulnerable people shielding from coronavirus will no longer have to shut themselves away. But many of them had to rely on help for day-to-day tasks.
Riyadh Khalaf went to find out about the network of volunteers who've been helping vulnerable dog owners care for their pooches. Let's hear it for the Underdogs.
For many people, walking the dog has been a real relief during lockdown, and it's one of the few things that we've always been allowed to do. But what do you do if you're shielding and advised not to leave the house? For those people who can't take their dogs out like they used to, one woman has a very enterprising solution. In 2019, Nadine Kaser set up a charity to help children through canine therapy. But last year, their regular activities were limited by the lockdown.
The pandemic hit, so that's when I had this idea to set up what we call the Unity Project, which is volunteers helping dog owners in need across the UK.
So what kind of help did these dog owners need?
It's been all sorts of things, from nurses and key workers who have been doing really long hours and not able to kind of spend as much time with their dogs, through to people who have been impacted physically and medically because of COVID. Whatever people need when it comes to helping their dog. They will take the dog for a walk, and in some cases, if the dog needs to be taken to the vet, they'll do that. What we found is that a lot of people have ended up really bonding both with the dog owner and with the dog. It's been a lifeline for some people.
One of the owners who's been helped by the charity is Janet Tibinski. Hello, Janet.
Hi.
Oh, and who's this?
This is Sassy.
Sassy is Janet's beloved Pomeranian and is walked regularly by one of the volunteers.
Come on.
Across the UK, nearly 300 dog owners have been helped by the project. Why was it that you began struggling to take Sassy on walks during lockdown?
My life it's pretty limited to being indoors because I had a stroke a couple of years ago, and that's why I'm not able to walk her. The idea was to match us up with somebody who lived locally. They paired us up with a young woman who was unable to attend university because of the restrictions, and she would take out Sassy every day. So this has really been a lifesaver.
Is this setup something that you're going to take into the future beyond the end of the pandemic?
I hope so, because although the pandemic hopefully will be relegated to history, my stroke cannot be. And so I'll continue to need some help, really.
Lovely to meet you both. Bye-bye. So what motivates the volunteers who get involved?
This is Khaleesi, and we've been walking together since April last year.
Bethan Kane lives in Herefordshire. She's one of over 4,000 volunteers around the country. She was paired with Labrador crossbreed Khaleesi and has found it incredibly fulfilling.
I thought, I love dogs and I love walking, so I signed up. And what was nice with Underdog is there was no pressure. I didn't have to walk her every day. It was my choice to do that. We've gone in the snow and the rain and the wind and everything. It's been great.
The charity vets all the owners and volunteers before they can join the scheme. And everyone has to follow strict guidelines about COVID safety. Leanne Skinner is the manager of the project, and she also trains the volunteers.
We don't expect people to have tons and tons of experience, be dog trainers, dog walkers already, but just feel comfortable, because that's the most important thing, to go there with confidence.
So once you have the dog, what does a volunteer need to do to make sure that they're giving the dog a good experience?
I would say take them to their favourite local park, take them to places which are maybe quieter so you can have a bit more fun with them.
The most important thing Leanne teaches her volunteers is how to bond with the dog they've been assigned.
If you were walking him, you want him to feel comfortable with you, so let him sniff you, let him come up to you.
Would a treat help?
Yeah, treats always help, especially with Sammy.
I have one here. Sammy, you want a treat? Oh, sit. For some people, their relationship with the dog becomes even stronger. And one such volunteer is Ken and his three-legged friend, Bailey. Why did you get involved in volunteering?
I didn't choose to volunteer, but my niece loves anything with fur on it, so she volunteered me to do it. I'm a sucker for dogs, any dogs.
I can tell.
She's deaf, though, which is a bit of a problem. Her sense of smell is good. So
Right.
the reward is just having a wee doggy about the place.
Ken is now looking after Bailey at home for extended periods.
Bailey's owner has cancer and needs to go to the hospital quite a lot.
So it started as you just walking Bailey, taking Bailey 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And now it's moved up a notch.
Within 2 weeks this time.
It's not often that you see an activity where the volunteer gets as much out of it as the dogs and people that they're helping. But in this case, it seems that everybody wins. Come on, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Come on, Bailey.
Knowing Riyadh, he would have signed up for that straight away, no doubt. What a great idea. OK, it's time to cue the music.